To the I-Team now, tears flowed during testimony over whether an embattled Douglas County probate judge should be punished for her actions both on and off the bench.
Christina Peterson faces 30 counts of violating the Judicial Code of Conduct. Fox 5 I-Team reporter Randy Travis has investigated complaints about Judge Peterson since she took office in 2020. And Randy, there were some dramatic moments during her disciplinary hearing.
There were, Courtney and Rush. Yeah, these hearings with the Judicial Qualifications Commission have taken 6 days so far, spread over 3 months. Judge Peterson originally faced 50 counts, but those have since been cut nearly in half. They still include what Peterson did to a woman who just wanted to get her biological father's name right on her marriage certificate.
I just don't have memories of my dad. I don't know who he is.
These are the first public comments from P.J. Skelton, the Henry County woman thrown in jail by probate judge Christina Peterson in 2021. Skelton had written her uncle's name on the original 2016 marriage certificate where it asked for her father because her uncle is the one who raised her.
It's really sensitive to talk about him or how I grew up.
But she testified when her Thai mother applied for a green card, Skelton dug up her birth certificate and read her birth father's name. She filed paperwork to change her marriage license just in case it was an issue. Instead, Peterson told her to come to court, then ordered her jailed 48 hours and fined $500 for contempt.
Did you go to this hearing with any idea that you may be going to jail?
No.
She said Peterson never told her she might need an attorney in court, a fact that seemed particularly troubling for JQC hearing panel member Robert McBurney.
Did she say that you could go get one if you needed one, or she just asked if one was with you?
She just asked if one was with me.
Of all the allegations of judicial misconduct facing Peterson, this is the only one that cost someone their freedom. The others involve her decision to ignore the sheriff's office orders and conduct an after-hours wedding inside the courthouse without going through security checks, and a series of questionable social media posts, some promoting her part-time acting career.
Did you want to take a break?
But when Peterson took the stand again last week, her biggest complaint was not being appreciated for making judicial history in Douglas County.
I'm the first African-American female and Democrat. Yes.
Any publications that you're aware of that ever acknowledged that fact?
I was never celebrated or congratulated. On my day of swearing in, I was sworn in by Judge Emerson. I received my first JQC complaint.
Another hearing officer, Richard Hyde, suggested some of the criticism against Peterson could involve the fact that, unlike her predecessor, she chose to keep all birth and death certificate fees in addition to her salary. She was asked how much in outside fees she's pocketed so far since she took office.
$400,000.
I don't know.
Are you looking for the answer out?
No, I'm just trying to understand. Like, I would have prepared that if I would have known that am I charged with some type?
I get to ask questions.
Okay. Thank you.
She never answered the question, but according to county payroll records we reviewed, Judge Peterson kept all $140,000 in fees each year for 2021 and 2022. Judges rarely do that in Georgia, but it is legal. That pushed her total compensation to $265,000 a year, one of the highest paid judges in all of Georgia. And Russ and Courtney, by comparison, Georgia's chief Supreme Court justice made $216,000 last year, so about $50,000 less than this probate court judge in Douglas County.
Yeah, the question is, I mean, this has been going on since she took office in 2020. How much longer is this going to go on?
It's going to go on longer. They have not scheduled yet closing arguments in this case. There are appeals to be heard or motions to be heard. And then the hearing panel has 30 days to come up with a recommendation for the Supreme Court, which will ultimately decide what to do about all this. So we're pushing up maybe into, qualifying next year for the Democratic primary. And she already has, Judge Peterson already has announced opposition.
Some people who are watching may think that her keeping all those fees is outrageous, but it's legal, right?
It's legal. Douglas County Commission could have limited the amount like some other counties do, but decided not to.
All right. I know you'll keep us updated on this.
We will.
Randy, thanks.
Okay.